I'm not gonna lie, yo. At a certain point, it do get mad disrespectful when you approach me and you look ugly. Like you approach me and you look like chopped cheese. You look like chopped cheese in a shredder, and you trying to talk to me. I dead feel so violated right now. And then yeah, and then they be like, yo, like you don't gotta be disrespectful. Like I was just trying to talk to you, but like I'm not being disrespectful for no reason. I'm being disrespectful back because like you approached me was already mad disrespectful. The disrespect was in the approach. Cause why the hell would you think you had a chance with me? What are we talking about right now? And I don't care what it is, guy, girl, everything in between. If you're gonna approach me, be a badass bitch. And then it's like, if your looks not all the way there, at least be bummy with money. You know what I mean? Like you can't be bummy, ugly, and no money and trying to talk to me. Like I dead feel violated. What are we talking about right now? It's nothing for us to talk about. You just gotta get out of my face immediately. Dead ass. This is weird. This is weird. I don't know. And now I'm getting aggressive and violent because I don't understand what's happening and I want it to stop. Stop trying to talk to me if you're not up to par. Please.
Wow. So this girl definitely has a inflated sense of her worth. But what's going on, y'all? Nick here, and I'm with my brother.
Yo, this is chopped cheese. Yo, this is James Eugene. How you guys doing? Welcome to the Eugene Brothers Show. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good, man. We have a very interesting one because this one is called Black Love or Black Divide. Uh, do black women are black women turning against the black man? And this is a topic that you kind of wanted to, I guess, dissect and go deep into. So
Hmm.
let's check out some of these other clips, y'all. Uh,
Black women all over the fucking internet never cease to fucking disgust me. And these black bitches that act like this bitch literally are the reason why. I remember I used to make a few videos about getting my boys a vasectomy or giving them clips because if we have normalized to the point of women and young teenage girls can start getting birth control at around age 11, 12, 13 years.
Pause, 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 pause. Before we go any further, she's advocating for her boys to get a vasectomy.
At 13,
Pourquoi? Pourquoi? What's the need?
telling you that I can't understand it myself. I think the hate is real, bro. The hate is real. Now, not all black women hate black men, but this is this is plain evil. There's no other way to say it. This is plain evil.
Yeah, I just wow. Okay.
Years old for any other multitude of reasons, but one of the major reasons is because a lot of these mothers don't be wanting no teenage daughters. I got ate up for that shit, and I still stand behind what the fuck I be saying. Boys should actually be vasectomized, bitch. Why are we so against vasectomies? Why are we so fucking against vasectomies? And why are we always so quick to defend and call the fuck out of men when it comes down to the topic of vasectomies? Because the main number thing that everybody like to say about vasectomies is about how they're not reversible. And my thing is, why the fuck do y'all want it to be reversible so bad? Are we not in a very overpopulated ass country any fucking way? Like, am I missing something? What is the obsession with wanting men to continuously procreate?
Yeah, you are getting it wrong. I mean, according to my understanding, we're not. It's the issue is not overpopulation at all. I don't. I mean, there's actually many countries in the world actually advocating for the reverse, right? Like they're actually advocating for there's a decline in actual birth rate, and they're actually advocating that people get pregnant even the more so.
Yeah,
Where is she?
you go to China, you go to Korea, Japan. We're talking about America. You're talking about Europe. They can't replace their birth. They can't replace their population because their birth rate is declining. So yeah, so it's actually what she said is actually incorrect in that sense, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I don't know
but
where
this
she
is
got
the
that.
madness, though. This is the madness and the crazy thoughts that goes on in people's minds. At 13, you want your boys to have a vasectomy, something that's irreversible, and she said, "Who gives a damn?"
Babies all around our fucking country. What is the purpose of wanting men to have so much access to nuts just to continuously create single mothers? Just to continuously create more women and children that they love to fucking beat and kill. Like I don't understand the rhetoric. Like we have normalized women getting birth control so bad that we literally could care less if a woman died from tumors, cysts, endometriosis, PCOS, ectopic pregnancies. Like we are so okay with shit like that. Cancer.
Do y'all not know how long that fucking list is of birth control? Like every birth control has had a recall. Every last one of women's birth control has had a fucking recall. Every woman that I've seen that been on birth control, specific birth controls, they gain massive weight. Some women become literal infertile after having birth control for so long. I've seen women who had the nipple on their fucking arm, and their arm started changing fucking colors. One lady arm was fucking lightning. I don't ever see y'all in an uproar about that. It's always women should be overly responsible of who the fuck they lay down with and just have babies by. But nobody is promoting vasectomies because what it is, bitch, conceiving a child starts with a man. It starts with a man. Like, I get so tired of the conversations of always wanting to blame women for bringing unwanted babies here, but it literally starts with the fucking man. And then y'all always coddle them. Y'all be so quick to be on the fucking defense of not holding them accountable. Well, I mean, she decided she wanted to keep it. She wouldn't have the decision if his ass did not fucking irresponsibly nut in her. It starts with the man. And I feel like we need to start having an uprise and having vasectomies for teenage boys. What is the problem with that? Why do y'all want grandbabies so fucking bad in an economy in a fucking country that
Pause.
quite literally prioritizes slavery?
Pause. So again, remember, she's putting all the accountability on the men, as if women have no choice but to get nut in, right? That's what she said. It says conception starts with the man.
Yeah.
Okay. So women have no choice in the types of men they want to entertain. Do they not have the choice to abstain from sex? Do they not have the choice to marry before they carry? You see, all these questions we gotta ask because she's like literally saying, as if she's the way she speaks, as if women have no choice whatsoever, and is just the man could do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Nah, and also too, I would add that she kind of sounds hurt because that's the only way you will advocate for your sons to get a vasectomy at the age of 13. It's not like a lot of times vasectomy is a choice, which I don't condone, but usually men resort to that because they're trying to stop. Like they already have a bunch of children and they actively trying to stop having more children. At the age of 13, I highly doubt her sons already have children running in this world, right?
But
So now
they're
you're trying to
men versus boys. A man makes a decision. A boy,
That's
13,
that's my point, and it's just like I highly doubt they have any children. So you're trying to stop them from procreating before they even get of age, and then on top of that, what if they come to the realization? First of all, every man is gonna want to eventually have a child if they try to continue their legacy. I can't speak for all men, but majority of men, right? So now you're gonna end up. I know a man, I know a dear brother of mine that actually got a vasectomy and actually wish he never got one, and these are the kind of stuff that we're talking about. But
Capitalism. What is the obsession? Get them boys vasectomies, bro. Get them boys some goddamn vasectomies. And if you the type of mother that's so fucking worried about your goddamn child not having kids in the future, bitch, freeze his nut. Freeze the sperm. Freeze it. Like, god fucking damn. Or, of course, adoption is still a fucking thing. Foster care is still a fucking thing. Animals still fucking exist. Like, I don't get the obsession with wanting people to have fucking babies so damn bad. So many options out there. Even IVFs or, yeah, all that type of shit. Other men out here still be having sperm banks. Like, take your ass in your sperm bank, put that shit in your woman, surrogacy, whatever the fuck. So many options out there now in big 2025. But yet y'all still obsessed with wanting men to continuously be irresponsible with their sperm and just place full blame on women. It is the weirdest shit ever.
This is why black women will never have power, especially in the fucking government. Men are irresponsible with their sperm. Men couldn't be irresponsible with their sperm if you bitches wasn't cracking your legs open like a goddamn fresh new can of soda. Like, I don't think y'all be listening to half the shit that y'all be saying. So you mean to tell me that you willing to mutilate your fucking son? All because of what you fucking internalized? Bitch, you need to go to jail. Like, we all know that there are bad ass side effects to birth control as far as women. But there are other fucking options to contraception versus things that they can give you. You know what the biggest form of contraception is? Abstaining from sex. But nah, bitches want to be fucked on, okay? So why does the man have to suffer? Or these young boys? First of all, we ain't talking about men right now. We're talking about kids. You came on this fucking internet to talk about vasectomizing kids, saying that the world is overpopulated. We don't need no more people in the world. So as women, let's take matters into our own hands and snip our teenage boys. You're sick, bitch! Why will we destroy this young man's future? You don't know if this boy wants kids or not. He's a fucking child. As parents, this is where y'all fuck up because y'all be so into what you think and what you feel that you don't even fucking be logical and be realistic about shit. Everybody care about I feel. Bitch, what do you know? Y'all are willing to castrate y'all sons all just because y'all don't want grandkids? Because you don't want grandkids. Oh, that's some selfish ass shit. It's a privilege for people to be able to even bear and conceive children. And y'all are taking these rights away from these young boys to protect other women? What type of logic is that? Vasectomy is an option for adult men who literally consciously make the decision, hey, maybe I don't want kids, or maybe I got hella kids and I don't want no more kids, or whatever the fucking case may be. Let them be adults and make that fucking decision for themselves. If that's the case, if y'all giving vasectomies to young ass boys, let's give hysterectomies to fucking little girls. Since y'all want to groom them, y'all be the same bitches selling y'all daughters just for some fucking money or for a man's validation or attention. You bitches are fucking weird. And it's funny to me how every black woman who come on this internet talking about black men, y'all be presenting as a black man. Like, it look like you identify as a black man. I don't give a fuck. Y'all be weird as hell. I feel like all you bitches that make content like that, y'all need to be banned from the internet. Y'all encouraging people to fucking mutilate their children. Fuck out of here. I'm not fucking with none of that shit. I'm very thankful I ain't got no kids yet, boy, because y'all are fucking weird. And I dare somebody to try mines. And this is why a lot of people don't need fucking kids. Y'all get kids to make them live the life you never did, and it's not your life to live. Y'all need to sit the fuck back and just realize that your life is your life now. Deal with it. These kids did not ask to be here. And now that they're here, you don't get to dictate how the fuck they live their fucking life. Y'all are weird as hell out here.
Nah, that's a fact.
No,
Something is something is definitely wrong with that woman because it's just like, again, you're gonna try to snip your own sons to in the hopes of trying to protect other women. It just like it you clearly hate men, and you hate your sons as if you're trying to punish your sons to protect other what is that logic? I just don't grasp it. Um,
yeah. I mean that girl, she said everything perfectly, man. She's her delivery is very powerful and entertaining at the same time.
yeah,
She's very logical and consistent. And she's exposing other women how dumb they are too.
let's check this
For
one.
a generation of sisters these days who love sleeping around with niggas, love having sex, y'all sure do hate these guys. And when I say y'all hate them, you will literally do the opposite of what he wants you to do to make him happy in order to please yourself. Be like, nah, boo, I don't really like that outfit, but you'll go outside in it anyway. He'll be like, nah, boo, all that makeup, you know what I'm saying? You don't really need it all. You'll pound on more. He'll be like, nah, boo, all that weave, you know what I'm saying? It's too much for me. I like it natural. And you'll go get a 40-inch bust down. But, like, how does that make sense? Like, you want to be with a man, but you don't want to be with a man. Like, you want to have sex with a man, but you don't want to marry a man. Like, you want to have this man's baby, but you don't want to let him raise his baby.
And before we keep going, I think that's a very good point. Like you with a man, and the thing is, these be the same woman, right? You're gonna do the exact opposite of what this man is asking you to do, and you wonder why he leaves you. Like if this man, if you literally can't listen to anything that this man has to say, and he leaves you, and you come to the conclusion that men ain't shit, like how does that compute in your mind? No, you ain't shit because you didn't listen to a goddamn thing this man told you, and then you expected this man to actually stay on board. Nah, of course this dude is gonna hightail it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what,
I mean, this is why the passport bros exist. Is it's like, it's just like, okay, what's the point if you're not gonna take my advice, right? Then what's the point? You don't obviously you don't need me, right? You could do everything on your own. Okay.
right,
I tell you, and that's the thing. She's saying that, yo, these men prefer women natural. Like you don't have to spend your money on these cosmetic things to enhance your features when he already likes your features the way it is.
right,
Women are spending billions of dollars in the beauty industry. That money could be used somewhere else. It's pure vanity, and these companies are making money off of pure vanity. When you're beautiful the way you are, but women don't want to listen. Especially black women don't want to listen to black men. They think we're lying when we say you look better with your natural hair.
reverse psychology, maybe. Maybe that's what we use.
Isn't that crazy? I heard a quote by African president, right? He's from Zimbabwe. He said, "Man, you shouldn't even worry about pleasing women because not even God can please women." He said, God gave them nails, they put on more nails. God gave them hair, they put on fake nails. God gave them eyelashes, they put on more eyelashes. God gave them a butt, they want to enhance their butt. God gave them breasts, they want to enhance their breasts. He said, if the creator cannot please women, then you as a man stand no chance.
Yeah.
Like, it just don't make no sense to me. And it's all about get what you want, get what you can from these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it is some dog ass dudes out here, but at the end of the day, you have to reflect on you. Like, what type of life are you living? Basically you're in prostitution mode. You just not on a strip. You feel me? Where's your integrity? Where are your values? What are your values? How can we continue to say, we want to deal with men, but we just hate everything that they have to say? And when a sister like me get on here and try to defend a man, we're called pick-me's. So, I mean, it's not really adding up, And I just want to understand the logic a little bit better. If anybody can explain it, please, in the comments, let's chat.
Yeah, unfortunately, ain't nobody gonna explain nothing for you. It doesn't make sense, and that's the reason why our community is where it is right now. And this is the thing, right? Obviously, there's still black people that's getting married, so kudos to those individuals, right? But you're hearing this rhetoric becoming more of a thing in this generation because I honestly believe that the media is presenting black men to be a certain thing that's just not true, and they taking on the issues of the very few minority in social media, and they taking on their issues as if it's their own, and they're projecting it on their man. And this is the reason why sometimes I do think it's probably wise for people to kind of like detox, I think, from social media at times. You know what I mean? Like maybe you might want to stay off of it because if you doom scroll all day, you're gonna end up in a very dark place. You know?
Yeah. The media doesn't present black men in a good light. It's either we're incompetent, we're drug dealers, we're dangerous, we don't know what we're talking about, we're poor, we're uneducated. It's not very positive at all. Not even in black entertainment and media are we presented in good lights either. So the stereotypes keep reinforcing itself, and now I guess women have internalized it, and now some of them really don't like black men.
Yeah.
Black men, they should stop teaching their sons sports and maybe try to teach them how to build a house, maybe learn some trades. They got mad at me and say, why would they teach their son that?
Because you do realize who's raising the kids nowadays, right? Two-parent households aren't just floating around this bitch anymore. Yeah, I don't think that she'd realize that. The same men that y'all hate are the same men that y'all create. I don't think that's clocking in y'all head. It's not registering. Y'all pick niggas. But yeah, I'm gonna give you an analogy, right? Check this shit out. I've never seen women standing around a group of construction workers trying to date them. I've never seen women glorifying the fuck out of blue-collar workers. I've never seen them lusting over blue-collar workers. Hell, I don't even see women saying they like niggas in uniform anymore. But I do see grown-ass women lusting over NBA young boy. Oh, I know I'm finna get hate for this one. Yeah, because last time I checked, isn't he an active baby father, an active drug user and abuser? You know what I mean? Active or former gang member doesn't really make a difference. Promotes gun use and talks about depression a lot. Yet, that's the person you decide that you want to glorify. But we don't glorify the nigga that got his certificate, went through all the classes and getting all the certifications to be what he is today. But you glorify the nigga that's a drug user, active or former gang member, promotes gun use, gun violence, drug abuser, drug promoter, and talks about sadness and depression and betrayal. That's what you, okay. And that's who gets glorified? Oh, okay. But then turn around and say, where are the real men? The real men are doing what real men are doing. Y'all just don't want them. Let's keep it, that's not who's glorified in this world. Y'all don't glorify those type of dudes. Once again, I've never seen women lusting for construction workers, lusting for electricians, lusting for plumbers. I just haven't seen it. In the summertime, I was seeing somebody's roof getting redone damn near every other day. Didn't see a group of women lusting around them. But if they found out Chris Brown in town, oh shit, an abuser, a drug user, and a nigga who degrades women in his music. Y'all forgot these hoes ain't loyal? Hoes ain't loyal? Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to say, Y'all want niggas to build a house, go cut some wood, but then we'll go out in society and pick niggas that do none of that shit. Y'all pick niggas who tell you that their hobby is getting high. Like, you ask this nigga, what do you do for fun? I get high. That's the nigga that you want to have a baby with? Ew! But you expect that nigga to build a house, go cut some wood, or you expect that nigga to marry you. Or you expect that nigga to stick around for your kid. Oh, okay. I don't think y'all realize that literally y'all set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you pick, yes, you pick out of your wide variety and collection category of fucking niggas that you have to pick from. Because I know that y'all inbox me. I've seen women's phones. Y'all inbox goes stupid. And out of all them options, you pick the worst fucking candidate. When do we start expecting niggas who are active gang members and tote fucking pipes to fucking start building houses, to start cutting wood? No, baby, you got what you signed up for. What the fuck? You want your kids to start learning trades and all that shit is basically what she was saying? Start picking niggas who do active trades. Stop picking these loser ass niggas, expecting these niggas to be fucking Superman. But it really stresses me out to know that women don't know that they have the key to all of this shit. Like, on a real scale. Y'all run this shit whether you realize it or not. The nigga that you choose to be the father of your kids / the husband of your life, right? That alters the rest of your life, and that alters the rest of the kid's life. That alters the rest of the husband's life, but it's mostly important. Your life and that kid's life. Who you choose to be the father will shape, form, and grow that kid. Whether he's there or not there. But what do I know? I'm just a nigga who lift weights. Have a good day.
I'm just a nigga who lift weights. Woo, man, this dude was cooking, man. You know, there's a, let me see if I can share my screen. There's a very famous quote: "True friends stab in the front." Oscar Wilde. And you guys can't even see it that well. Let me see if I could probably zoom out a bit. But that's essentially, you can see the smile while he's stabbing the the boy in the chest, right? But that's what it reminds me of, honestly, when I'm hearing this, because essentially he's right. A lot of these women don't want to hear that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you choose the shittiest dudes in the world, and this is the reason why after a while it almost becomes like you become nonchalant about it all. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of learn to kind of just like leave these women alone. You kind of mention it, passport brothers or MGTOW. Like, these men are starting to like be tired. There's a fatigue around these stressed out black women, and they just whatever, leave them to their own devices, and you go about your way. And then you wonder why they get, they marrying women from other races, or they marrying Caribbean women, because sometimes, and all, not all Caribbean women, right? But there's a lot of the Western mindset is permeating to other parts of the world, but essentially they don't want to deal with the American black woman. They don't. Their mindset is just is fucked, bro. It is. No one wants to put up with that bullshit no more. Like, it's only complaining, and yet you, just like this man eloquently said, man, they go for the very same thing that they claim, mind you, that they don't want. They would tell you that they want a guy that's respectable, a guy that's God fearing, a guy that go to church, a guy that you know what I'm saying. That's what they say, but when that guy is presented to them, it dries up their walls so fast. They're not attracted to that. This is sad, man.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely was saying a lot of truth. But one thing I would like to highlight from what he said, he got it right. Women have the key and power to all of this, right? Women don't realize how much power they have. It's because they set the standard. If women said right now, I'm not gonna date you unless if you have a job, unless if you have a degree, unless if you have certain things going for yourself, men would have no choice but to oblige in order to even play in the field. But women's standards are so low. This is why men are. Why do you think men create single mothers? And why do you think men can have sex with all these types of women? Because where's the standards of women?
Yeah.
Right? Where's the standards of women? If women are not requesting marriage, then of course men is not going to propose to you. They're not going to protect you. They're not going to show you commitment because you don't ask for commitment. You don't ask for these things. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So women do hold the standards. Women do help men elevate to become men.
All right, y'all. I need somebody to make this make sense for me. lately I've been seeing more and more black women, single women, married women, dating, whatever, get on here and drag black men. Black men ain't this, black men ain't that. And then turn right around and say they want a black man. I'm so confused. If you don't respect them, why do you want them? And if you do want them, why talk about them like that? I'm not saying you haven't been hurt or your experiences don't matter, but is bashing black men in public really um the way to get what you want? Or is it gonna push them away? Like, I really don't understand. I'm married to a black man. I've never walked around thinking a black man has something against me just because he's black. So I don't get it. Somebody explain this to me. Is this about clout, or is this just how dating is in 2025? Fellas, ladies, can somebody like tell me what's really going on so that I can understand it? Because what's happening out here, it is really turning black men like off to black women. And I just really want to understand. So can y'all jump into the comments so I can understand what's happening?
That's a very good point. I love what she said. Like, it's turning men off. And let me give a shout out to Mama Nessa. Bless you, bless you. Uh, yeah, that's a good point. It's turning men off. And I'm gonna just say this real quick. There's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like, you're claiming that these people, men, right? Black men hate you. Oh, they don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. And you proceed to say every disparaging thing under the sun about the black man. And if the black man finally say, you know what? F it, I can't win. Let me go elsewhere. I told you he don't like us. He don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, look, you gotta be mature. Every person that did you wrong, that individual does is not indicative of the whole of the group in which they represent. And this goes for everything, right? Like, just because a white man did you wrong in times past, that doesn't mean every single white man is wrong. Not every single Chinese man is wrong. Not every single black man is wrong. Like, there's got to be some level of just common sense and maturity about it all. No, that particular individual was just a piece of shit. But what say if you, bro?
Well, I want to actually add on to what you said about the self fulfilling prophecy, right? What you say, what you think, and what you do becomes your reality. Remember, life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Right.
Whatever you say, whatever you think becomes your reality. If I told you right now to look for red birds, you will have tunnel vision and look for only red birds because I've told you to look for red birds. You're not going to care about the other birds. So imagine if everybody's keep telling you black men ain't shit. What you going to look for? You're going
The
to
black.
keep looking for the black man that ain't shit. That becomes your reality. And you're not going to focus on all the good black men that's out there because you're going to go out there and confirm your biases and your worldview. That's how self fulfilling prophecies work. And you rightfully said, as soon as you find one, oh, now that sends a feedback loop to your mind and says, oh, I found a black man. It confirmed what I believe. I don't like them because you keep saying that. And not only that, how are you going to raise your sons when you have sons and they listen to you and they keep hearing black men ain't shit out of your lips?
Right.
How
Yeah.
how is a black boy supposed to grow up when black women are keep saying these things? He's going to be like, I never did anything wrong. I'm 5 years old. I'm 10 years old. I haven't even dated, and they listening to this stuff. I'm black too. These boys are very smart and perceptive.
Children in general are. But yeah, Mama
Yeah.
Nessa say they scared of being alone. They know they don't bring anything to the table but sex. Ooh, that's a big one. That's the big one. That is a straight up fact. A lot of girls, I think they don't really bring anything to the table but sex. And I've actually experienced this personally. I remember asking a woman flat out because she was, and it is what it is. She was literally begging me to be her man. And it got to a point where I asked her, okay, what do you have to offer me? And mind you, this girl, I said the story before. This girl was extremely shapely. She had a extremely fat behind. All right, cool. And I'm not gonna lie, that is one of the reasons why I was attracted. But when I heard her actually say that, because I asked her, what do you have to offer? And she actually had the nerve to say my body. I don't know why, but it just totally disgusted me because it's just like, yeah, I know your body looks good, but you have the nerve to only offer your body. I was expecting peace, comfort, you know what I'm saying? Some type of comfort, support, you gotta say something. But all in other words, these women, they are aware of how they look. This is why they look in the mirror all the time. They are absolutely aware how they look, and they absolutely know why guys may want them, but they lean only into that. As much education as they have, they never lean into that. You gotta say they lean into the sex. I can offer my body. It's sad, man. But let's see this video real quick.
A challenge, but it's okay to hate the black man. Black men, I'm gonna say it from me to you. This is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them,
And also, you guys, for those of you who are supporting, please press that like button. Please hit the like button. It does support the channel. But let's proceed.
they don't like you. 80%, I'm probably sure it's more, but at least 80% of black women in this day and age, it don't matter how old or young they are, they have a general dislike and hatred for you. That's your real climate, brother. See, I'm not telling you something that you ain't already felt. I'm telling you something that you know. I think it's more too. I truly think it's more too. I think it's more too. And I'm tired of being the one that's not talking about it. I've said this. This is one of the main reasons I don't have a lot of black female friends. I really don't, y'all. I don't. I couldn't imagine what it would be like as a black man to want to fuck these bitches, to want to wife them up and have babies. But the majority of
Is that all?
Yeah.
So,
the challenge.
wow. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this is what I mean, man. A lot of these older women, I really don't believe they need to be instructing these younger girls out here at all.
No,
I really,
I think she was instructing the men. She's saying, men, be careful. The black women, 80% of them don't like you.
oh, that's what she was saying.
Yes, if you read it again, she was just like, black men, you know,
But it's okay to hate the black man. Black a challenge, but it's okay to hate the black man. Black men, I'm gonna say it from me to you. This is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them, they don't like you.
Ah, I see what you mean.
yeah.
Wow. And she said that the percentage might actually be more.
hmm Now,
Okay.
do you think what she's saying is exaggeration, or is she saying this as of 2025 or this modern day and age where social media is affecting people's thoughts?
I think it's this modern day and age. Because again, we did videos showing how the black family statistically was actually one of the strongest back in the 80s, right? Like
Mhm.
majority of and even now, right?
60s, 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 60s.
And even now, right, you have a majority of rich, like I think black millionaires, they
hmm
marry black women on statistically at a higher clip. So
They do.
there's a perception that they try to present in social media that black men don't like black women, but the statistics are saying otherwise, right? But even going off of that, it's just like the black women don't like the black man. Uh, I think there's some truth to that. I think there are a lot of black women. I do believe there are a lot of black women that still love black men. However, I do believe, as we said before, the media is there's a propaganda, there's a agenda for them to for the social media, right, to present black men as if they don't like black women, and therefore black women are starting to have this mindset like, you know what, it's cool for me to date outside my race. And don't get me wrong, right? It's like I don't me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong per se with interracial marriage or relationships. However, from a statistical standpoint, we usually see, white women, they date within their race this statistically higher than black women dating in their race, right? We see Asian women, they statistically marry within their race higher than black women marrying in their race. And the list will fail me to go on and on. But the point being is that, again, I do believe there's a concerted effort to try to divide the black family.
Actually, Asian women date outside their race the most. I think his the largest interracial couples, I believe, is, if I'm not mistaken, is whites and Hispanics, whites and Asians. Um, black whites and blacks is actually one of the lowest if you look up the highest statistics. So the I think Asian women are according to statistics, are the least loyal when it comes to dating within their own race. They tend to venture out, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're absolutely yeah. You're absolutely right. I did actually just look it up. That's my fault, y'all.
Yeah.
So let's check this one out.
Somebody got to say it. And I'd be the bitch to say it. Fellas, I'm about to tell y'all a hard ass truth that is gonna make all the sense in the world. Bitches, if this shit don't apply, let it fly. Unless it apply, bitch. I don't need you to be like, oh, it don't apply to every woman. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Because if you speak on it, then it must apply to you. Fellas, like I was saying, you know how y'all got this group of women that has this vendetta against men, like just every time she meet a man, just everything is wrong with me and she hate me and so bad. It's just this vendetta that she has against me. And the bitch may or may not be gay, none of that matters. But do y'all want to know why that is? I'ma fucking tell you. When you meet a bitch and she got a vendetta against me, and mind you, little girls and little boys, they don't be born having vendettas against each other. The natural order of life is a woman and a man to be together. So women and men are attracted to each other. When you meet a woman that has such a vendetta against a man, that has such hatred for men, it is because she was sexually assaulted by a man. Whether she was assaulted by a man, whether sexually, physically, mentally, emotionally, she was assaulted by a man. It's usually sexually. Now the bitches collide. I just don't like niggas. Let me tell you, I ain't met not one fucking female on the face of this planet that I've met so far that hated men and was not sexually assaulted by a man. Now, you might look like the man, smell like the man, walk like a reminder of him, have the same complexion. Just hell, be a motherfucking man like he was. You know what I'm saying? But women don't start off just hating men. They don't. Don't ever believe that. Oh, I was born like that. Nah, bitch. You holding secrets that you ain't told somebody. Because the man that you have this vendetta against didn't do shit to you. So I'm letting y'all know this now. When women have vendettas against men and just hate the male species the way that they be doing, teaming up and doing, when they end up being fully gay studs, niggas can't touch them, da 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 da. That's why. Because the nigga already touched them. And that's a secret they holding. And they gonna hate the world. And the world full of men. And the whole male species until they heal. And they can't heal unless they face the facts of what happened to them. And they can't face the facts of what happened to them because I don't fucking know why. But that's what it is. They'll probably never tell you. And all the bitches that's been sexually assaulted is gonna come in the comments and swear I'm wrong. But a hit dog gonna holler. Women are not just like that when it come to men. I promise you. Something happened at the hands of a man, and now she blaming all the men for what this one man did. I promise you that. But don't shoot the messenger. Go heal.
Hey, bro, would you like to take that one first?
Yeah. So part of the reason why I sent this video to you, because to me, every action has a cause, right? Every negative experience, every effect has a cause. So it's just like, why do women hate men so much? And to hear it from a woman's perspective, it actually makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I believe that men right? Especially black men that need to fix their communities. We have to acknowledge certain things that we do that's wrong that can cause this chain reaction for women to kind of rebel and be so angry and have so much animosity towards black men, right? I don't think hatred is like she said, hatred doesn't just come out of nowhere. There has to be a reason why the hatred is there, right? So I thought her perspective was very interesting. So it goes to show that okay, men have to men have to treat women a lot better. They have to lead in morals, right? And that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. I
We can't use our strength incorrectly.
Yeah, I hear you, and I agree. I think this is actually profound. I think because a lot of times when tackling this topic, one could be, I guess, very adamant at only showcasing the flaws of women, right? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times within our channel, I hope people can see that we try to add a little bit of balance. But you kind of touched on it, right? Like, what is it that we have done, right? Whether knowingly or unknowingly, there's a lot of times too where I hear this debate all the time, like no means no, right? And sometimes some men find it that like no is actually her playful way of her actually inviting more. It's a very, very nuanced discussion, very nuanced discussion. And I don't think the time will permit us to actually uncover it today, but I will say that there are women out there that sometimes no actually means no, and sometimes because they, the Bible considers them the weaker vessel, they caught up in situations where sometimes you might think they went along with it, but deep down inside they are extremely scarred, and in their mind they even might view it as straight up just grape. You get what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, man, we got to understand that um, behind all the visceral and the hate may actually be a scarred woman. And this is where I think, on a deeper level, this is where healing comes in. I think both men and women, rather than pointing the finger, sometimes you do have to actually just look in the mirror and be like, why am I even talking this way? Like, why, where's all this animosity coming from? Because again, it's not all men. And on the reverse, right? If men have been hurt by women, it's not all women. So when you speak in a certain way where you say all men ain't this, and then you speak in like just broad terms, slow down. You need healing. Kevin Samuels, we covered him a lot lately. He was a big advocate for therapy. Some people really need therapy, and sometimes when you bring up that like a shrink or a therapist, a lot of people they're like, nah, not me. Right? That pride kicks in because you're like, nah, surely that's not for me. That's for the mentally insane people out there. No, no, no. Sometimes you need therapy to unpack some of that hurt that you experienced as a child. You get what I'm saying? And she's right. I know a lot of women who been raped, sexually abused by their own fathers, own uncles. And it usually is a lot of times men in their own house. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why they so scarred. Again, not all, right? We can never paint broad pictures, but a lot of times these things do happen. And I think if men can actually come to the table, actually coming from a place of understanding and coming in a place, not on some Captain Save a whole shit, right? But if the woman actually wants to be helped, right? For you to actually lend the ear to actually hear them out, right? Because if you could come from a point where you can actually, you know what, I'm not going to jump to no conclusions. Let me actually hear what took place. And she's willing to actually divulge that information. Maybe more healing could take place rather than just this man versus woman shit. Um,
The thing is about balance. I mean, I'm a be succinct and short. Is that both men and women check each other in terms of morality. What men do affects women, and what women do affects men. Both of us need to have our standards very high because then it will check the other gender and other sex. You know, so if we can understand that we check each other, checks and balances. That's why we have two genders, right? then people will understand that, hey, if I raise my standards, this group will raise their standards too. If this raises their standard, then this group raises their standards as well.
Indeed.
You know, this is a very interesting perspective. Depending upon who you talk to, you'll have people who agree, you'll have people who disagree. One thing that I will say that I notice is that I do believe that there is a large population of at least black American women who are, quite frankly, they are upset at black men because they have not given them the same position that white women have in American society. And I think there are these women who are, they're, frankly, they're upset. They're upset that there is not a thriving, quote unquote, black male patriarchy in the West, like there is a white male patriarchy, right? Where they are the pinnacle of beauty, they are the pinnacle of success, they're the pinnacle of all these things, femininity. I think there are black women, quite frankly, who are jealous that they don't have that position that white women have in society, and they're resentful. They are resentful at black men that they don't have that place and probably won't ever have that place in the West because they're not meant to. And so that understanding and that tension exists. And, you know, even Kevin Samuels talk about this like low level of contempt that some black women have. I'm not saying all, but this certainly exists within the culture. This low level of contempt, this dissatisfaction that how could you have allowed us to get to this place? How could you have allowed us to be here, to be struggling with these things? Like, you're supposed to be men. You're supposed to figure this stuff out. And I do think that resentment exists. And that goes back to what you were saying before, my opinion, that, yeah, there are black women who absolutely value black men and just value people in general. And there are also black women who are just literally mad that they don't have the same position as white women in society. And they take it out. Some of them, you know, resort to misandry. Some of them resort to trying to divest. Some of them resort to trying to find ways to date and marry out, or trying to integrate or do different things because they're mad that they're not white. I know this may not sound popular, but then when you look at some of us who are so hell-bent on getting blonde wigs and blue contacts and lightening our skin and putting on foundation that makes us look lighter, it's like, you know, there's some self-hating going on. Just my opinion.
Mm. Wow, wow, wow. Go ahead, James. Take it first.
So practically, she's saying there's a level of hatred towards black men because the perception in history is that black men failed to protect black women because of what happened in slavery and colonialism.
Hmm.
And because we're in this position right now, right, where black people are at the bottom, there is a low level resentment there. And this, the logic is sound, man. That could be a possibility. That could be the main reason why. Um, that could be the main reason.
Yeah, if I could jump in, I do believe that she said it right. There's a resentment towards the black man because, like as you said, the failure to protect the black woman. But also, too, I love what she said is like this jealousy towards the white woman, right? Because they perceive white women to have certain rights or they're afforded certain luxuries that they probably should have had. But I love the fact that this woman to our left, she stated
Shay
that
Sade,
say Sade, I love the fact that she said that we probably are never gonna have these things on the in the Western Hemisphere, right? And this is the kind of stuff where a lot of times what I've noticed is that, and this could be controversial, but this is just my take, right? You'll have some people that advocate for voting, right? Oh, we gotta vote, or maybe if they get this education, or maybe if they get this, and this is my thing, right? Like, it's you're already on a racetrack that was designed, right? Think of it like if the white man, right? And mind you, I'm not saying this out of racism. I have a lot of white brothers that I love dearly, right? But this is just the facts, right? Like if there is a if multi-lane track, and the white man, his track is 100% clear. And not only is it clear, it's also like he has a head start, right? And on this other track, you have the black man. They severely to the back, and on his track, there's a bunch of spikes. There's rocks protruding up. There's pits that he had to jump and leap over. You know what I'm saying? There's swords, swinging left to right. So he gotta like hold out before he cross over. Like his, in other words, what am I saying? Get off that track. This is just me. Get off the track altogether and run in your own track. This is why Pan Africanism was such a big thing. Now, I'm not even an advocate for Pan Africanism. I'm not an advocate for that. All right. So please don't jump to conclusion. That's not what I'm saying. Get off the track. Stop trying to compete in circles with the white man and start doing your own thing. This is the reason why I believe Black Wall Street was so effective. This is why it was so regarded as a threat. And they bombed it because these were black people that essentially said, you know what, forget it. We're not even trying to deal with the white man. Let's build our own city, our own businesses. And when you do that, that's when you are a threat. You see, you got to look at history, right? You're only a threat to them when you decide not to integrate with them. Could you
When
imagine?
when when
I
you
just want
when
to
you
say this.
don't play the game,
Exactly. Could you imagine out of all the myriad of black people in the civil rights movement, who's the only one with their holiday? MLK, right? And I don't have nothing against MLK. I think for what he knew at the time, he did his best. But you don't find it that it's very convenient with all the myriad of black people that were saying, nah, do our own thing, educate our own children, separate. They promoted the one dude that said you gotta integrate, right? And this is a different discussion for a different day. But the point being is that again, I love the fact that this woman presented that, say Sade, right? Because she's essentially saying that like you want the black man to have something that he's probably never ever going to have in the West. So rather than you hate it, and if you hating him for seemingly letting you down, you got to understand that it's designed that way. They purposely are going to continue to put black men down in your eyes so that you could despise him, so that you would never lust after him, that you would never find any type of hope within the black man. It's designed that way.
not
And
not
you,
only that, to add more depth to what you're saying, because what you're saying is absolutely 100%. We shouldn't play the game. We should play our own game. This is why the creator in his infinite wisdom gave everybody their own territory, and every animal is based in their own territory and they do not mix, right? This is specifically why. But to add to what you're saying, right? How did the white man create power? He had to commit genocide to do so. There's no other way he had to do. There's no other way he came into power but through tyranny, oppression, and genocide. So this is why white women have the things that they have now. Their success is dependent on people suffering. I want people to pay attention to that. So if for black women to want black men to have that same sort of success, we would have to lose our souls to do so.
oh, you trying to say the black man would have to therefore commit genocide on others?
If you say the white man is successful, if that's the train of thought, how he became successful. So if you want black men to be that same successful, we would have to replicate that.
Ooh, that's a dangerous. No, what you're saying, it makes sense. It makes sense. I think even going back to what you said about like being in your own lane, right? It's the same thing going back to that first video, right? It's like your man is telling you that this is what he desires, right? Like I don't know how many dudes I know, black dudes, right, that will tell their women like, "Yo, we don't like the wig, we don't like all the make, we don't like all this stuff," and these black women will proceed to get the craziest extensions on their hair. They will continue to bleach their skin. You know what's extremely disgusting? Like, have you guys seen pictures of like let me see if I could go there real quick. Like, have you guys ever seen pictures of some of our beautiful black women? And I'm gonna land the plane there, where I think it's like Lil Kim. Let me see if I can find it. Lil Kim before and after, right? And you'll see like Lil Kim, her pictures, right? Like, look at this. Can you guys even see this well? Is it coming in clear? Uh, nah, it's not. Let me actually zoom out so you guys can see it better. Do you guys see this picture of Lil Kim?
She
Like,
was beautiful, man.
you know what I'm saying? And this is not even the clearest, but look at like dark skin, and even at this point, right? You can see a little bit of the influence, right? Where she got the straight hair, but now she got all this plastic surgery. Her skin tone is lighter. She don't even look like the same person, right?
Nah.
She don't even look like the same person. Look at this. Look at how can we condone this? But again, this is the point that we're trying to say is that fundamentally there's something wrong with us as a people because again we idolizing a beauty standard that doesn't belong to us. We idolizing a dynamic that doesn't even belong to us. Like some of the thought patterns that was even given to us, right, is not innately African. If you
What
want
what
to take it that route, or
what
Eastern
what did the Most High say? Do not envy your what?
oppressors or the nation.
Oppressor. Exactly. Do not envy your oppressors. Remember what how they got their success is how they got their success. We don't have to follow that same suit. We don't have to follow that same route. We do not have to emulate them to find success because we can gain success a different way, a more righteous way. You see? But the only way we can get success is through unity. If black people don't unite, then we'll always be fragmented and we'll always be in the position that we're in. We have to unite to create, like you said, create our own track, create our own lanes. That's the only way we can win.
Crazy Gardener says, and you don't send your kids to get educated, quote quote, by people who want you separated. That's a good point. Um, yeah, this is a very this hey, thanks for sending me all these videos, James. This was definitely a very interesting discussion today. But if you guys like the video, you guys please like, subscribe, comment down below. Please also give us some feedback. I'm trying to use a different platform. I don't know if you guys are noticing it. I'm no longer using StreamYard. I'm using Restream. Do you guys prefer the layout of Restream? Please let us know. Please, y'all. Um, if if even on the rebroadcast, there's a thing called hype. There's like this new feature on YouTube called hype. If you guys could even click that, because what it'll do is YouTube will hype the video out and send it to a bunch of different people.
Yeah, you
Uh,
gotta like, share, subscribe, comment, and hype.
yeah. And then I even listed a YouTube link for our dedicated Eugene Brothers channel, which we're gonna slowly phase into that. I guess I'll read this last comment before we head out. The bleaching could have been from working for dummies that think lighter skin is clean because they lay with them and conceive. Oh, yeah. I mean that's the thing, man. It's a lot of self hate. It's a lot of self hate, and I actually, you know, to give our people some credit. I have seen in maybe the past, which is a lot because you had groups like the Black Panther back in the day. They were trying to promote this as well. Madam C.J. Walker, which was like the first black millionaire, she became a millionaire through selling of black natural hair products, that which is interesting. But anyway, I do see a resurgence of loving who you are as a people in the media. I do see there is a subset group of black people that love everything natural, that they love melanin. So I don't want to just shit on all black people, but I think by and large we have to definitely be a lot more grounded in just who we are and just love yourself, right? Don't feed into the negativity. Like I'm married to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand this idea that black men don't like black women. You know what I'm saying? And the same could go for my wife, right? She don't hate black men. So it's just this is the kind of stuff that again, there's a lot of false information that's out there. Don't fall for it. You have any last words before we head out, James?
No, I just want to say to everybody that's watching, thank you. Please subscribe. That helps us a lot. I hope this video was beneficial and helpful. And hopefully you guys, everybody, get home safely for sure. Have a great week and continue to support your boys, the Eugene Bros.
Yeah. Nick, James, over and out.